On today's video, we've got an unboxing, and as you can see, we have got the new Gideon Optics Advocate Micro Prism Scope. Now, I saw this at SHOT Show, and this thing is pretty impressive. We're going to get it out of the box, we're going to go over all the specs, and we'll get this mounted up on a gun, and then in the next video, we'll get it out to the range and test it out. So this is your packaging. This is the top of the box. This is the side. It's got a lot of your info right there. You guys can pause that if you want to see that. Here on the back, got more information. There's your sides and the bottom. All right, let's open this thing up. So the lid just pulls off. You got your foam padding here in the top. We got the owner's manual. Got a lens cleaning cloth. Got the Optic, and it is in a bag. Let's see here. We've got a flathead screwdriver to adjust our windage and elevation. And then we've got our Torx wrench. And I believe that is everything in the box. Alright, so let's dive into this Optic. So like I said, this is the Gideon Optics Advocate. You've got your elevation here on top. Very easy to see the up. Very easy to see the arrow. There's your windage. Same thing here. Very easy to see the right. Arrow pointing this way. This does have a adjustable diopter here on the back. There is your front. It does have the mount that comes with it. And this is spring-loaded for your 1913 rail. Now, it does not come with a low-profile mount. This is the only mount that it does come with. Alright, so the Advocate is a 1:20. This does have an etched reticle. And I do have the green illuminated version. And I'll show you that reticle here in a second. They also have an option to get this in red if you want. Alright, our length on this is 91.4 millimeters. We've got a width of 55 millimeters and a height of 57 millimeters. I'm not sure about the weight on this, but it is light, especially for a Prism optic. Normally Prisms are kind of hefty. This one is not bad at all. Like I said, I do not know the exact weight on it, but it's very light for a Prism optic. Now, for the people that are watching this that want to know what's the difference between a red dot or a green dot and a Prism optic, well, this has an etched reticle in it. So if the battery were to die or the illumination fails, you still have a reticle. The other thing is, if you have astigmatism, you do not get the starbursting effect when you turn the illumination on a Prism optic. So even in the red or the green version of this, a lot of people who have really bad astigmatism choose to go with a Prism optic because it does not affect that. Now, the Advocate is constructed out of 6061 T6 grade aluminum. It is IPX7 waterproof. The windage and elevation on this are 1 MOA per click, and it actually has a full 90 MOA of adjustment on each. So while we're talking about the windage and elevation, let's check our clicks here. So they are audible. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. And they are very tactile. You can feel each click. These are really, really nice clicks on your adjustments. So not only are they audible, they are also very tactile. They are not mushy. They feel really good. So let's try our windage here too. Yep, same thing. Now, to adjust your brightness, you got your up here and your down here. This does have 10 brightness level adjustments. You've got 8 daytime and 2 MV settings on this. And one other thing that's really, really cool about this Advocate, this actually has shake awake, and a lot of Prisms do not have shake awake. Once you turn this on, if it's sitting still for 4 minutes, it shuts itself off. As soon as you touch it or grab your gun, it will turn back on. It does run on a CR2032 battery. That's here on the side. Mine did come with the battery installed. And with the shake awake, you have a 30,000 hour battery life with the Advocate. Alright, I want to talk about the lens on this. So it is a multi-coated lens. It has got some super crystal clear glass. Very impressed with that. I have had the reticle on and it gets super bright, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. But your field of view on this is 79 foot at 100 yards, and it is parallax free. Alright, we need to get this turned on. So to turn this on, we want to hit the up button. Now if you want to shut it off and not use the shake awake feature, hold your down button. Takes 3 seconds and it will shut off. Alright, I want to show you what this reticle looks like. So you've got a very basic reticle. It's got a triangle in the middle, and then you've got your circle around that. Alright, now I have the illumination off, and I want to show you what the reticle looks like without the illumination. Alright, the next thing we want to do is get this set up, and we want to make sure that the shake awake does work. Alright, I got it set up on top of the safe. As you can see, the reticle is on. We're going to give it about 4 to 5 minutes. We're going to come back, make sure it's off. Alright, it's been 5 minutes. The dot's off. Let's, there it is. Barely touched it and the illumination came back on. So that is super, super cool. Alright, the shake awake works. It's got a super bright reticle. And the one thing that stood out about this optic when I was at SHOT Show is the eye relief on this. A lot of Prism optics aren't known for their best eye relief, and this one actually has 85 millimeters of eye relief, which is really, really good for a Prism optic. So what I want to do with this, I want to put this on my competition PCC that I use in the USPSA, because this glass, like I said, is super clear. The reticle being green is super bright, and I think even on bright sunny days I shouldn't have an issue with this. So let me go get this mounted up on my PCC. I'll bring it back and show you what it looks like. Alright, I got it all mounted up on my Ruger PC carbine, and yes, this gun's clear. No mag, nothing in the chamber. But it looks really good on there. Now, as you can see, I've got it a little further forward than what I normally run a Prism. Normally I've got to run them clear back here on the last part of my rail in order to get good eye relief. So this one I'm able to kick it forward a little bit, and I've also got my buttstock adjusted right where I use it in competition. So there it is. The Gideon Optics Advocate on my Ruger PC carbine. Alright, stay tuned for the next video. We're going to get this out to the range and do the review. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.